everyone, and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel, and welcome back to the Indy Spotlight, and we're back with Kumite, and we're back with Malachi. How are you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. As we discussed prior to this, I've got a bit of man flu, which I'm suffering. Well, it just came on today, but except for that,
Oh,
I'm
no.
all right. How are you doing?
I'm all right, all right. And like I said to you, myself and Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Hollywood Fletch, have been very, very busy since the last time I spoke to you. We basically haven't stopped in order to get everything ready for now, for starting early, because before, obviously, we only used to do 6 months of the year. Yeah. Now we're doing it all year.
It's a Christmas present for everyone. So this show is the Kumite X. It's the 10th show, so it's an X. That's what you've informed me of.
It is. It's as clever as that.
Yep. And it's at the Hairy Dog. For anyone that's not been to the Hairy Dog, what's the venue like?
It's an amazing venue. It's sort of local, sort of rock, metal, punk, sort of any sort of live music really. It's a big venue. Usually when they've got gigs on there, it's sort of like 300-400 people in there. So obviously it's not going to be as many as that in there when we're in there because we've got a ring. But it's a bigger space than what we had that we use at Vines. We're still going back to Vines in the summer. We've got 2 dates there in the summer, and then we're doing 2 at the Hairy Dog, and then 2 dates at Vines, and then another one at the Hairy Dog at the end of the year. But yeah, the main thing is it's inside.
No rain.
Yeah, no rain, which is mad. So we haven't had to worry about that, which is good for the first 2. So obviously, still fingers crossed for show 3 and 4. But yeah, it's a great venue. They play loads of touring punk bands, metal bands. Loads of people, if you're really a punk band, you've probably played there at some point. But yeah, it's great. It's the perfect sort of place for us, really. It's grotty and a bit edgy.
Yeah, you said it does sound perfect, Kumite, but are they ready for Kumite? That's the difference.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're saying this now, Aaron, obviously, but yeah, they're perfectly aware of what's going on. I went in to drop, I went in to drop them, and we started doing like cool ass punk as shit flyers. We print our own flyers and stuff now. Yeah. So I went to drop some of those in the other day, and they've already covered the venue in full color posters. Tickets are flying out. It's the fastest selling show that we've had so far. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be pretty good.
Reminds me, did I buy my ticket this year?
I think you have, yeah.
I have, yeah. So I suddenly was hold on, have I brought my ticket? I think really awkward, wasn't it? And before we go into the actual show, you've got some DVDs and so forth you've made up as well, which
exactly.
Give some airtime.
Yeah, here we go. Kumite Year 1. This is what we've been doing basically as soon as we stopped making TV shows every month. We made a DVD. But yeah, this is our first DVD release. We only done 50 copies, all handmade, pressed at home here in this very tiny office. Office. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, all printed. Deliberately looks like an old death metal or 80s crusty fucking punk tape. That's because that's who we are. So, but yeah, that's done really well. Most of those are gone. We have still got a handful left. If anybody wants any, obviously you give us a shout. But we will have them at the Hairy Dog. We also did we did one for Deathmatch Outlaws as well. Because that's all the things that Danny Douglas filmed over the past sort of 2 years at Kumite. That's really good. That's like proper Camp Kill Yourself style skate videos and stuff, and it's really, really accurate as to what it's like working at a Kumite show. To be honest, it's good. That's so really good. But yeah, they're out and about and doing really well. We've got some new bags for death. We're calling them. Kumite tote bags, and we've got bags and flags
and DVDs.
Bags and flags and DVDs, yeah.
The dream's been lived. So yeah, Kumite X is, I nearly said March 25th. I've had it stuck in my head. I needed to say it out loud. It's not. But February 25th, Sunday as usual, which is the perfect day because most people are not at work, which is always wonderful. I hate a Saturday midday show because I work every other Saturday, so there's a chance I'm not going to be there.
Well, I think with like the last 2 years of shows that we've done have been on Sunday afternoons, and it really suits us and it suits everybody else. It makes it easier for everyone to get there, and I always like the idea because people go to the rugby or football or cricket, whatever, on a Sunday. Why not go to the why not go to the death match?
They all sound similar, football, rugby, Kumite. But yeah, we'll break into the first match, which is a match that you've been waiting for a long time. The Meat Raffle.
The Meat Raffle, yes.
Take it away.
Well, the Meat Raffle is a multi-beast competition to crown the first ever new. It's here. New Kumite Combat Wrestling Openweight Championship. Look at it, shiny.
You didn't make that in the office.
No, we did not make that in the office. No, that was made by the people at Combat Clothing in Swansea. I nearly forgot, but yeah, that's the shiny belt that is up for grabs in the Meat Raffle. It is essentially it's your battle royal situation. Most of those start with 2 people. Ours starts with 3 people, and then every 3 minutes after, a new warrior enters the fray, the arena, as it were. And then the last man standing, last woman standing, last day standing, last whoever standing.
Someone standing.
The last person standing is the champion, the first ever champion.
Typical Kumite style, probably no one will be standing there. People that have been entered in this so far, you got Big Lou Nixon, who is definitely one of my favourites instantly in that match.
Well, yeah.
Harley Harris, Franco Fate, Jason Joshua, Blue She, Rourke, Tola Owens, Tim Strange, who I've not seen live yet, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing him live. David Grant.
Yeah, he's a new guy, the outlaw Tim Strange. He's proper like WCW, so we had to have him. Look at him. He's a cowboy.
Yeah.
We've talked about occupational wrestlers before, so
David
the more
Grant,
the better.
Alfie, Joseph Cardinal, I remember his name, and then Gallus, who now I've said one of my favourites is Lou, but Gallus is in that match.
The Greek Titan is a big lad. He might get into an Andre the Giant situation where everyone tries to push him out, but there's a lot of beef in there. To be fair, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of meat of all shapes and sizes.
I just feel like you see people like you've got like your David Grant, your Rourke, your and then you got people like Tola Owens. Like, what happened with Roughneck?
Well, you never know. You never know. We haven't finished announcing everybody who's in the Rumble yet, so. You never know. There's a few more. There is a few more to come.
And who would you say would be your favourite in that mixture of people at the moment?
I've got absolutely no idea. I wouldn't like to say. I wouldn't like to cast this, but yeah, I can't. I wouldn't know. I will find out on the night, the same as everybody else. But it genuinely is a really mixed bag of people. Yeah, and it's the whole point of this new belt is obviously we're primarily a deathmatch company, but obviously you've been to the shows. It's not all deathmatch all the time. So that we just thought that we wanted a belt that sort of like covers everything as well. It's not saying it can't be won by a deathmatch person, but it is open to literally anybody wrestling in the company, any style, any genre, any gender, whatever. Do what you like. Do what you like. If you're the champion, if you can win it, you can fucking have it.
Yeah, that's pretty much a hybrid title, yeah. But yeah, if I had to pick someone at the moment, it'd be between Lou Nixon or Gallus. Just Gallus is more of just because who's going to get him over the rope. As you said, it's going to have to be like Yokozuna or Andre the Giant. Let's all maul him and hope for the best kind of situation.
Yeah, so, you have to wait and see on the day. But to be honest, it's the first Rumble we've done. It's something that we've wanted to do for a while, and we're looking forward to it. So it should be a really fun match. Not necessarily deathmatch, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be like straight normal wrestling, because it's Kumite. It could be like anything could happen.
Royal Rumble 2001 vibes are coming.
Yeah.
We'll break into for me.
Hey you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.
Two for people at Kumite. So we're going to start off with a match that sounds like it's going to steal the show for me. We got Tommi versus Antonio Gonzalez. Tommi has been on a tear, not just in Kumite, but in general life at the moment. I went down to DOA and saw him. I've never seen a man bleed so much.
Honestly, yeah, I've never seen anyone bleed like Tom before. No, he's an absolute monster. But yeah, he's doing incredibly well at the minute, as is Antonio, and they were both on TNT at the weekend. They fought each other and they fucking battered each other.
My match of the night, that was.
Yeah, insane. A lot of people are saying that, and a lot of people say, like, you know, they nearly killed each other at TNT. I think one of them's going to die at Kumite X.
Yeah, I can't see past someone dying only on it. It's insane the amount of blood that goes on with them, both guys. Antonio, obviously, he's coming off some great wins. And he's just come off a match with Darko, I believe. Was that the last show?
Yeah. He that was in New Blood. Excuse me. But that was an incredible match last year, yeah.
Yeah, and he's coming off a win off Big fucking Joe as well, which is obviously an incredible thing for him. Tommi's coming off a win off the import that came in last show, the Merc, which that match was a lot more graphic than I expected it ever to be.
And me.
Yeah, I thought, we'll just kick him to death a bit, and then Tommi will probably... And then it was like, oh no, Tommi's absolutely crimson within seconds. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's good though, isn't it? It looks good on the telly.
Great match. Absolutely superb match. Anything Tommi does, both guys, it's going to be carnage.
Yeah.
Anyone that wants to see, like, just you have to see it live. Just Tommi versus Gonzalez. So DOA is the kind of like they were there, but like Kumite, they'll ramp it up and it'll be awful.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what they're doing when they're visiting other people. Imagine what they're doing when they're sort of at home, if you like.
Yeah, especially with the egos. Yeah, the egos of who's the top dog between them in their own home company is going to be.
Yeah.
If I had to go, obviously you're on the night kind of guy. I'm going to go with I'm going to go Tommi just because he's on a bit of a tear at the moment. I feel like he's kind of got in his own groove of just deathmatch slasher.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, and, I didn't kill Gonzalez, but
yeah, hopefully nobody actually dies.
Yeah, but the hairy dog might not want you back.
Yeah, but yeah, that's going to be obviously they're two of our main guys, two of our own guys, not our own guys because they work everywhere else now, which is great. Which was the point of us putting them out there in the first place. But yeah, just some of our homegrown guys getting to do what they do best. Because when you get the guys like that, when they know each other so well, they're just gonna. It's gonna be an absolute bloodbath. You know it is. Because it's. But yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic, and it's one to see definitely live. Next up, to be fair, all three matches, and we're discussing all this. We've got Big fucking Joe, who just is someone you want to see live anyway, against Alton Thorn, who is becoming one of like the top contenders of Kumite. For anyone that saw the last show, him versus Kingsley was silly. Absolutely beheaded him basically.
Yeah, it was mad. But yeah, these two have never had a singles match. Obviously, they were in a tag match in the first year that we had Kumite. But yeah, they've never had a singles match anywhere. So this is the first time they go in one-on-one. And again, this is just an exciting thing for Kumite because they're both Kumite guys. Were there from the start, literally in the first match. Alton Thorne had his issues with Carl Kingsley last year, but that's all sorted, like you say, because he pretty much murdered him.
He sorted that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's got his sights set on climbing back up the ladder to get in contention for the Death Wolf Championship. So in order to do that, he's going to have to go through Big Joe. Who is obviously the former champion, but obviously last year he had a bit of a change in attitude, shall we say, with Joe. He was had some banging matches last year, but he didn't win any of them.
Yeah, it's a very odd state of affairs for Joe, losing people like Jack Bennett, Gonzalez, who mentioned like that, Darko. So it's New Year, New Joe. Well, probably not a new Joe. Probably more violent. But it's another match it's going to be insane. King of the Nettles, Alton Thorne, he won't back down from someone like Joe, and then Joe will never back down from anyone. So this could be chaos.
Joe would fight a car.
Yeah. For no reason at all, just because it's Joe.
But obviously that one's going to be ludicrous as well, because they're two of our main guys. They've never had a match together. They're both really excited about it because they just want to get in. They just want to get into it.
Yeah. And once again, it's a match to see live. I'm not going to pick a winner. If you had to go on momentum, you'd go Alton, but Joe's I think he's had the year. There might be murder.
Yeah.
2 matches, 2 murders. That's what we're predicting.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
There's been a murder.
And then to end the end of it, we've got the reigning Death Wolf champion Danny Darko, who is going to be fighting Jack Bennett, who's returning from Big Japan Wrestling. A very small feat to be coming back from.
Yeah, which is mad. Obviously, this is it. Again, this is Jack. We gave him his first death matches in this country from him being recommended from Joe. He's actually trained at Fight Factory Wrestling, where I used to work. The second company I ever worked for when I left my home company, the original company that I worked for. So it all comes sort of like full circle to what we've always said about Kumite, about sort of keeping everything sort of in a threat. It's all people that we know and people that we know are going to get on and people that we trust. And he went away before he came last year and did some no-ring matches in Japan. And they were wild. They were really good. And obviously we started as a no-ring company and we love no-ring wrestling. Absolutely love it. And then he came, he did the shows with us last year. Absolutely killed it. Yep. Everybody fucking loves it. He does ludicrous things with needles.
What's insane is the man's only been wrestling for years or something like that.
Yeah, that's it. He's not been doing it that long, but he's really fucking good at it. He did some shows last year, and then he basically spent 6 months in Japan, and he's only just got back. And not just spending 6 months doing like shows here and there, doing like you say, doing BJW and like being on the same card as in the same matches as like Madman Pondo and shit like that.
It's insane, and now he's going to come back and fight Danny Darko, who's obviously on a roll himself, King of the Death Wolf champion.
Exactly,
beating all challengers.
Exactly. I mean, obviously Jack Bennett beat Joe last year as well, which nobody expected. He broke his wrist in doing so. Because it's hard.
He broke his wrist.
Yeah, if you're going to break your wrist, do it jumping off a shed. So yeah, and then Darko. Obviously, Darko's our champion. Darko's the king of the Kumite, the light beer king. So and every match he had last year was an absolute banger. From the first one where he won the belt from Joe with the 200 light tubes. A bare boards match, right up to the match he had with Antonio was incredible, absolutely incredible. One of the best matches we've ever put on. And then after that, he went and he finally got to fight Clint for the title. And Clint didn't get the win, but that's it. Danny Darko won every single match last year. Fighting champion, every single defense has been a fucking banger. So again, this match is it's going to be a mad one.
Yeah, Danny Darko, as of the show, should be on like 280 days as well. So he's getting there. He's obviously still got a while to get to Big Joe. Length, but if anyone could do it at the moment, Danny Darko. But that is all the stuff that's announced at this moment in time. Obviously, you said there could be stuff announced in the future. But like this card, let alone forget anything else getting announced, is stupid. As we say every time we do this. And I'm looking very much forward to it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good one. And obviously, we're starting in February, so we're going all year this year, and we can't fucking wait to get going. We've got some really good stuff planned, or just some really good stuff's just going to happen. So
nothing gets planned.
But yeah, it's we're really excited about doing stuff at the Hairy Dog. I'm really excited about being able to go back to Vines as well, and to be able to do something new, some different bits for people.
Yeah, and it's nice that obviously because you're with the Hairy Dog, it's opened you up to more of a calendar. Because obviously Vines, you said it's an outdoor venue, so like in February, it wouldn't be good to be in.
Yeah, absolutely not. People have been asking us, like, is it Vines? No, it won't be at Vines. It will probably be snowing. It usually is.
I bet one person will turn up at Vines. I bet you that.
Well, if they do, it's fine. It's like literally around the corner.
It's only like 5-minute walk. Yeah.
As you know, we'd like to operate in a very small radius of
that nice craft bar around the corner. That's what it's all planned.
Yeah, all of our shows have been within 5 minutes walk from Suds and Soda, and that is genuinely true.
Very well.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, that's all we've got going. And obviously, if anyone wants any merch, give us a shout. But we'll have merch at the show.
Excellent. So, as I said, like Malachi's Instagram has been on the screen. We'll have his socials, Kumite's socials. Get the tickets; they'll be in the description. They might be sold out by the time you watch this.
No, don't worry. We've got fucking loads of them.
Okay, we're gonna ram the place. But as usual, like and subscribe. We'll be back to review this. Slightly exclusive. We're going to have Alton Thorne on for an interview. We're going to do an indie spotlight with Alton prior to the show because I thought it'd make sense to have him on prior to him fighting Big Fucking Joe because he might not be here after it.
yeah, damn what you can.
But that's it, Fro. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure, and it's nice to be back. And you get to see us all the fucking year, all year long this year.
It's longer, yeah. You've worked it really well for me. For the channel, I get more videos. That's all about it.
Cool. I do need to get a chair for this side of the room, though. The sitting on the floor is not ideal for a 45-year-old.
Yeah, well, at least now you haven't cut yourself last time. You flipping cut yourself in glass the last time.
There's no glass in here now, and the barbed wire is under wraps.
But yeah, that's goodbye from me then, everyone.
See you later.
Oh, yeah.